And welcome in, waffle board break. Here we are, trying to keep warm, freezing wherever you are. I'm sure you're freezing as well. Hope you're digging stuff out of your igloos and your snow drifts and snowbanks, and hopefully you're driving safe. I hate to be anybody who gets banged around on the roads out there. Hopefully you're not having to travel too far or too often. Um, Very good, very good. First Facebook break of the since the reload. We had one reload jersey on Sunday, one the oldest jersey, 81. So we no longer have the trigger box. We had a freebie given away. So Sunday was fun. We had the first break of the reload. We hit a New Jersey, and of course we hit the oldest box on the table. So as of right now, I don't have another trigger box set up. We have 3 single box runs left, our oldest, and then we have 3 from November, and then we have 6 and 11 from the 2 December reloads, and we have 15 from the January reloads. So almost all the boxes are from post. Actually, from November on. We only have 3 boxes before November. I don't remember exactly which months they are. I think they're late June. I think that's August and maybe October or September maybe box. So 3 of those 3 reloads are the last, the oldest boxes we have on the table. So you guys should have a pretty good idea what's there. Then, of course, the 3 November boxes are just below it. So all the boxes on the left are from November and prior. Everything on the table on the center and right columns are the December reload, and the 15 boxes left from the January reload on the shelves still. So I'll probably move stuff around after this weekend. We'll see what hits between today, tomorrow, or Thursday, and then of course Sunday's double box. Let me see. Ron's actually in tonight. He must be snowed in. So Ron's in the break tonight. He doesn't usually do Tuesdays and Thursdays, but just to let him know, your jerseys went out. I got to the mail yesterday, and they're actually on the way. So I sent them out. So I mean, they should be to you without any other regular normal delays. I guess they're on the way out to you, Ron. So congratulations hitting both of those on Sunday. I didn't send out the freebie. That was Jake G. We'll see if Jake C's in tonight and hopefully Thursday and then Sunday. But we'll see what hits tonight and Thursday, and then I can mail that together with his freebie if he hits again. But he's been hot, so we'll see if Jake's able to continue his bit of a heater. Some of you other guys are on semi heaters. Dale's not in tonight. Dale is not feeling well, and he went to bed early, so he's not able to get back on the winning streak. Thomas is here. Thomas has been pretty warm. I mean, a little recently he's been hot. We got Big Al is in tonight with us as well. Larry V's got a couple spots. Daryl L's in. Brett G, of course, with Jake G. We got Nick Cap is in. Greg K. Greg K came with some spots tonight. We see Thomas M. Who else am I missing? I got Devin D. Welcome back, Devin D. Haven't been in recently, but Devin D's been with us for quite some time. Who else are we missing? Oh, James M. So James M's got a spot there at the bottom. Grab my boy Sergey in the black. Sergey's been on fire. He did good. They held him down yesterday. Tampa was able to win that yesterday. It was a big 2-0 shutout against Utah. Has been playing really well. They get a lot of shots, and they did last night. And Vassy was on his game. They're in a shootout right now with Florida. A lot of games on tonight, but pretty good games. Hope you're watching those. Obviously, Dallas is up big early. As a Boston won in overtime against Nashville. They've been coming on strong. Obviously, they're starting to pick it up. Morgan Geeky got his 30th tonight. He's now tied for 3rd in the league. I think Ranton, he's tied with. But, of course, McKinnon and McDavid are 1 and 2 in the league. And Morgan Geeky is a surprise appearance at number 3. He got hot early and it went cold for 12 games without a goal. And then he's been on fire with 4 in his last 4 games. So that's kind of a sneaky spot. And I got grabbed. The Seattle Kraken, he got grabbed by Carl Z, stepped in and grabbed that spot. So yeah, the Sabres have been on fire. My boy, baby Kjell, Shel Samuelson's son, Matthias Samuelsson, had a big game tonight, 3 assists. I think who else? They're having a great game. I've seen. They put up 7. Was the final? Must have been some empty netters. It was a little closer than that. I think it was 5-3, and then they must have got some junk stuff at the end. Let me see what they got. Samuelson ended up with 3 assists. Darlene had hat trick. Oh, and 2 assists. Good Lord. Darlene got a goal in the last minute, unassisted. Let me see who else. And then he also had assist on the Jack Quinn goal in third period. So Darlene with 3 and 2 tonight. Matthias with 3 assists. The Buffalo Sabres unloaded on the Leafs. So that was not a good game in the Toronto land. I'm sure they won't handle that very well. The fans and their papers and the media will be afire tonight. So, I mean, that was not a good showing. I know. And even though UPL got hurt, he was out after the game after 3. Right, he had 2 goals and he only had 3 saves, and he left the game. And then Ellis came in to play the rest of the game for Buffalo. But obviously they shelled Jared Wool. Obviously, 30 shots on him, got 6 goals, and then I think they had the empty netter. They had 6, and they must have had an empty netter in there somewhere. So that's what Darlene got the hat trick with the empty netter. So Buffalo's no joke. I mean, they're definitely showing they belong. Yeah, left early in the first. Yeah, they're showing they belong in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Obviously Detroit has got, near or the best record in the East. I think Tampa's a point ahead of them right now, but Tampa's got 3 games, I think, in hand. Tampa, for some reason, had a really light schedule. I don't know why, but they're about 3 games behind everybody, which is, I'm sure they'll catch up at some point in time. But Detroit was just ahead of them in the standing until Tampa won last night. So that's tough. Obviously, right now, Florida, I think, is on the outside looking in. Rangers, of course, are very dead last in the Eastern Conference, the only team under 500. Ottawa has been playing better, but still, they got some issues. They played like 4 or 5 goalies this year, and they've had some injuries there, and they don't look like they're going to make a run. But we'll see. Everybody, of course, other than the Rangers, is really within striking distance of a playoff spot. Obviously, Rangers could even get hot, possibly, but they have a lot of people to climb if they want to get back into the playoffs. So the Eastern Conference is looking. There's, like I said, those are all good teams. There may be no super monsters in the East, but any team can beat anybody in the Eastern Conference on any given night. So it's fun hockey to watch, competitive almost every night. Flyers starting to fade a little bit. They got smoked. Obviously, they got shut out last night by the Isle. The Isle are trying to prove that they're legit playoff team. So we'll see how it shakes out. Obviously, we got less than 30 games to go before the end of the season, but we're going to have a break. I think I was talking about, I think it's the 6th through the 22nd is the Olympic break. I think so that's what we're looking at in February. So we have a couple, basically less than a week, basically, to get in games, a little over a week before the break. So we're going to jam in some games here. We'll get 2 full weeks of hockey, I believe, and then we'll be breaking for a couple for the Olympics. So obviously your teams, small countries that have players, aren't many, will get some rest time, because I know even teams like Switzerland and Germany, who have some players in the NHL, significant players, guys like Nico Hischier and Draisaitl and, Moritz Seider. Those guys will be playing in the Olympics. Russia, of course, is not allowed because of doping issues, so their entire country is not allowed to participate. So Russian players will be getting some break time, which is probably good for them. I'm sure their coaches are happy to get some break time for them. But the other countries, of course, will be battling it out. U.S. and of course Sweden and Finland and the United States and Canada and the Czech Republic. I guess Slovakia is probably there as well. So those teams will be all represented. So it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a fun time. Obviously the NHL is weird. The Olympics are weird because obviously you want your players to perform well, but it's obviously representing the different countries. But you definitely don't want to see injuries, and the the success or lack of it doesn't always carry over into the regular season. Obviously you have to get back into the swinging team, but at least you're playing. So, I mean, it's better than, practices. They're getting some significant game action. Of course, you still want to see anybody get hurt. So, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I enjoy watching the Olympics. Obviously, it's going to be. I have to look at the times. So obviously, they're playing in Italy, in Turin, Cortina, or wherever. It's dual cities. I'm not sure exactly where the arena was being built. They were showing pictures of it, and it's interesting to say the least. But that's how it is in the countries where they get Olympic hockey. Obviously, you got millions of eyes all over the world watching, and you're playing in these very small arenas that aren't built, for hockey events. So, but we'll see as we get closer, how it's, obviously it's going to be one of the marquee, team sports in the Winter Olympics. So you want to make it's the best there. Make sure the ices are safe and the rinks are safe and the lighting is good. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, we're getting there. But like I said, this is box 590 from me. We're well over 600 jerseys. Like I said, I gave away a freebie last Sunday for it was like to celebrate the 600th jersey. It wasn't exact. I think it was the day before. But so I'll probably try to get something. Like I said, 590. I probably want to get something free for you guys for box 600. I have to look at the calendar, see what actually day that falls, but we'll probably have at least a freebie for that. I've been picking up some jerseys the last couple of days that need to get sent off to JSA, so hopefully they will be back to me before we get ready for the next reload. But we still have basically we're down to 3 weeks plus before we have to get the next reload ready. I have about 10 already in house for the next reload, so I'm getting there. Plus a couple of backups of stuff that still needs to be hit in the boxes, and we'll see if that comes out in the next dozen or so boxes. Only 38 tonight. Like I said, we're back down in the 30s just like that. We'll be down to 37 after tonight. We'll be down to 36 going into the weekend. So, I mean, obviously after the weekend, you're down to 34 boxes. So just like that, we're down to low 30s after Sunday. So the odds are getting better and better for each of you guys. And I know some of your targets are out there. Like I said, I have a couple left unsold. I'm not going to wait to break. If nobody wants to grab those. I discount each of them $1. I probably would, if Glenn Anderson, I probably would make a community spot. If it hits, I would give that away. The Stutzla I would keep and use that for the next reload. Obviously, that's a little bit significant of a jersey. I don't want to just give that away. But the Glenn Anderson, I'm willing to give that away to you guys if it hits. So if nobody wants to grab either of those, I'm not going to hold up the break. Glenn Anderson will be a community spot. Everybody will be eligible to hit that. And the Stutzla is a house spot. I never like to have the house hit, but if it hits, that's what I got to do. So that'll be the case. Stutzla in this case will come to me. That'll be it'll be for the future reload. And Glenn Anderson, I'll be more than happy to give that away to you guys. Hall of Famer. Obviously he won 6 Stanley Cups. I think it was total 5 in 7 years with the Oil, and then he won the Rangers in '94. He was traded from Toronto to the Rangers from Mike Gardner at the end of the season, and he performed well into the playoffs and during their Stanley Cup run. Glenn Anderson's a legend forever, Hall of Famer. Didn't spend a lot of time in New York, but obviously he was a key member of that Stanley Cup run to break the long drought since 1940 in New York. So Glenn Anderson is a legend, one of my favorites. I have a Glenn Anderson in Edmonton in my PC because that was part of the years when I enjoyed him playing. So, but the Rangers, obviously the Rangers one's a nice, I believe it's an Adidas. So it's a nice Adidas Rangers jersey. They're beautiful, well crafted, and that will be given. I think it even has like the Stanley Cup inscription on it. So, but that'll be a community spot. If we do hit Glenn Anderson, it will be randomed to everybody in the break. And Tim Stutzla will be a house hit. So if we hit a house hit, I might even give away another box. So that's how it's going to be. That's what I'll do. I said if we do hit Stutzla, then we would do another box. I'll keep the Stutzla, and then we will give away another box because you guys purchase these spots. I don't want to give you guys a chance at another one. I'm not going to eat the only spot in the break. So that'll be how it has to be. If Stutzla hits, I'll keep it, and you guys will get a chance at a jersey anyway. You get another box. completely free. So there we go. That'd be the case. Like I said, it's gotta do. And like I said, I'm willing to sacrifice some if Stutzla hits. If Anderson hits, it'll be a bit random to all you guys. So without further ado, we'll get going to the break. Let me get make sure you guys are here. We have a decent crowd in the room, and a lot of you guys watch on the replay. I'm not going to make, like I said, we don't have anybody here in from outside the country. I believe nobody overseas. Do we have some Finns in the boxes now? We do not have anybody. Timu, one of our WAFFLEBOARD break regulars from Finland is not here tonight. We have a couple other people from overseas that have gotten in the past, but Timo I know is particularly interested in the Finnish jerseys we have in there. Both the Miro Hiskinen and obviously the Mikko Rantanen. Obviously, we still have Sebastian Aho still in there. I even have an Aho ready to reload if we do hit that All-Star game jersey, but we shall see. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what comes out tonight. I'm excited. Very looking forward to seeing what we hit. So trying to keep warm. Obviously, all the boxes are there on the table. We got 38. Let me see. We might get my randoms, my dice roller. Let's get going. Okay, without further ado. Okay. We always do 5 or more on our box. Whenever number comes up after the top will be the box we open. Boxes are here still in order. We have the 3 oldest now are 3 single box runs. 3, 10, and 11 are the boxes from November. And then, of course, 13 through 26, or was it 26, are the early December. 29 through 47 are late December. And the new boxes, of course, we hit 54 was hit last break. That's the only one that is gone. So there's gone. That was a Mika Zibanejad hit. So Sunday Mika hit, as well as the Joe Nieuwendyk, beautiful white CCM New Jersey Devils jersey. So Ron hit both of those. So congratulations again to Ron. Ron's in again tonight, so he has a chance at a turkey. Ron doesn't usually get in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's rare for him to have a turkey chance. But if it hits tonight, congratulations, Ron. We've had a couple turkeys. I think Ron may even had one in the past. I know Big Al did, but we'll see what comes out tonight. So good luck, everybody. Let's do it. So 5 or more in our dice roll. See what we got. 11 times the lists. Big. At least we got power still here in Jersey, so we're good. So let's do it. 11 times. 1, 38 boxes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even the birds are quiet. Budgie Sickles. 9, 10. And the box we're going to tonight. Good luck, everybody. Let's do it. Box number 23. Oh, 23 is one of our old boxes. 11 times. Box 23. 11 times. Box 23. So it is not Stutzla. It is not Glenn Anderson. Let me back that out. Box 23. Let me see. Here we go. Back that out. Very good. If Nick is here, Nick probably knows. Here we go. Oh, there it is. He's calling for it. Box 23. Oldest box on the table. Very good. Box 23. That's been up there. I think it's a late June. We had 2 reloads in June. Box 23 has been there since June. Ooh, very good. He's calling the Hoobie just to prove boxes got what they got. Box 23. And there it is. Congratulations. The long time chase. Make sure that he had it today because he gave up hope for a little bit. Let me see. Congratulations, Big Al. Big Al did not hit at all since the previous reload. And there it is. Memorable Authentics. One of the best COAs that there is. They do a great job with their jerseys. There it is. This is older, obviously. I mean, he's not been there that long, but Jonathan Huberdeau, memorable, authentics with the paper. Not all companies use paper anymore, but I don't even know if Memorable still does. Very, very nice. This is a gorgeous reverse retro 2.0 Jonathan Huberdeau. There we go. Congratulations. Memorable authentic sticker. Been in there forever. Look at that. With a great white C on the front and the A. Jonathan Huberdeau, reverse retro. Calgary Flames. Such a really cool style. They did that. Boom. Huberdeau, reverse retro 2.0 finally comes out to play. Man, just like that. We're taking out all the old stuff. The two oldest boxes have hit big time. Very, very nice. Of course, face strapped up. Reverse retro 2.0. Jonathan Huberdeau going to Big Al. Congratulations, Al. Getting off the schneid. Boom, big time. Very, very nice. That's a beautiful jersey. I said he gave it up. I think he was not chasing over the last couple weeks, and he came back to grab it tonight. So there it is. It pays off. Stick-to-itiveness pays off. Hubie comes out to play. Gorgeous jersey. First retro 2.0. Congratulations, Big Al. So sorry for everybody that did not hit. Now down to 37 boxes for Thursday. Same spot price preview. I'll throw it back up, and it'll be ready for you guys on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Like I said, I'm not going to fudge you guys for the last couple of spots. You know, if it's depending on what it is, I might make a community, and of course, certain spots I would keep if they hit. But that would just mean you guys get an extra box for free. So, well, that's only in certain instances, but we'll see how it goes. But there you go. Congratulations, Big Al. Finally got off the schneid. Like I said, he usually hits at least once in between every reload, and he did not hit from the previous reload. So the second box, third box, but the first Facebook claim box after the reload, and boom, Big Al is back in the win column. So congratulations to him. I don't know where he is. I think the game was earlier, so he's watching the Utah game. So congratulations to him. There you go. Very nice hit. So there you go. Make sure you get over to Big Al's tomorrow. He's doing East Coast boxes still. He's down to, I think, 8 left unless he orders more. So I think Daryl's taking a break right now, so you don't have to worry about him till he gets back. He's got a couple weeks, unless you're following him for his other stuff, his wrestling stuff and football stuff. But his hockey jerseys is doing a break. Nick F is breaking over on Whatnot. So if you get over there Tuesday and Thursdays, he does Whatnot breaks. So everybody's familiar with that. That's a fan, but we'll see. So congratulations. Look, see you guys back here on Thursday night. Stay warm until then. Like I said, I don't know move anything over, but there you go. I'll box that up, get that ready to ship out by the end of the week. So congratulations, Big Al. Hubie finally comes out to play. So thank you much, guys. I definitely appreciate the continued love and support. Hockey nuts, we all are. Let's enjoy the rest of the games. We got Sharks down late tonight, so make sure you enjoy the games when you see them tonight. So very good, very good. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is out of here. Take care, guys. I'll see you Thursday.